virus is still out there ravaging. And in case you don't know, there is the third version which is currently ravaging the country. Yeah, they say upgraded. This one is an upgraded version. Yeah. They say this one is yeah. This one they say is corona data. What do you call it? COVID-19 data. Really, it's funny. Alpha beta, exactly. So the third one, this one kills as fast as anything. So this is us because we love you, and because we love you. This is us advising everybody that we should also remember to use our face mask. Anytime you're going out, use your mask.
With me.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even see. Can you just imagine? So please, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Follow me. I beg you in the name of God. Use your face mask, and as you do so, may God bless you in Jesus' name. Yeah. Before we leave this version of the, before we leave this part, ladies and gentlemen, please go on our Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook, Aloore Radio. Please like and share. And trust me, the more you share, the more your blessing. And the more you share, the more God will be sharing blessings into your life. Remain blessed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see, I have been accused right now in the studio that for me to be a pastor.
No, it's not an accusation.
I am just the inspiration of me today is an inspiration. It's anointing of favor. Okay, all right.
Pastor, political doctor.
Yeah, you can. They call me political evangelist, so it is the evangelist.
Okay.
It's that part that is working right now. It is that part that is working.
Why you are in that spirit is because the situation of our country calls for greater understanding.
We need evangelists like me right now.
We need divine encounter for this. We just need divine encounter, divine whatever it is.
God's intervention. Ladies and gentlemen, last week we started, or the week before we started, very interesting theme which we've called we are looking at kidnapping. Really, we are looking at insecurity and its effect on Nigeria education. We are in one way answering the question: what will happen if kidnapping, if insecurity persists? What will happen to your child? Would you be able to? Would you love to allow your child, to just go to school? When knowing fully well that child that you sent to school, he or she may not come back fully or safe and sound. Really, it has gotten to that state. Like, it looks as though going to school now is as if you are going to work.
It has started from the fear of you going to school with the fear of failure. If I spend so much on this child, will the child bring back a good dividend or what I have spent on the child? But right now, there are greater things to worry about even than the child failing or succeeding. Now, when you send your child to school, you are not sure the child will get to school safe. That's one. Yeah. And you are not even sure when the child gets to school safe. You are not sure that something can happen to that child, even in the school premises. So,
ladies and gentlemen, in that same spirit, that's where we are just looking at the implication. We are looking at the implications of these on the Nigerian educational sector. Please be free to join us, to call us on the radio line today by dialing 0903 985 3731. Let me take that again: 0903 985 3731. Please feel free to call us on the line. At the same time, you can also follow us on Facebook, as I've said, to drop your comments, which we are also going to take them. Really, this show promises to be very, very interesting, and keep it on lockdown. We will be right back after this short break.
Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to
you are listening to True Talk with Ayodeji and Joy. It's gonna be a blast.
Be
Being a Nigerian is great, but living in Nigeria is a great challenge because it comes with plenty of psychological draining challenges, from citizenship to leadership, morality and politics, education, economy and religion. Join Ayodeji and Joy on True Talk every Tuesday by 2:30 p.m. as we discuss crime, politics, education, economy and so many more.
You can follow us on Facebook at Aloore Radio or YouTube at Aloore Radio. True Talk. Discussing the problem and bringing you the solution.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back from that very short break, and thank you for staying with us. We started on a very beautiful note by making you to understand that Nigerian educational sector is bedeviled with a lot of challenges. I mean, a lot of problems, faced with a lot of problems. Number one, let's talk about labor strike. Recently they said they want to go on strike again. I'm talking about ASU is there, SANU, all of them like that. They are there striking. Now another issue that we have dilapidated infrastructure. Those ones are there too. That's another problem which is facing the educational sector. But now the one we are really talking about right now, which seems to be striking, which is affecting myself, affecting you, affecting everybody, all Nigerians regardless of your social status, is kidnapping, insecurity.
Sorry, let me add one of those things.
Yeah.
Apart from all the other things bedeviling the educational system in Nigeria, I think we are also trying to step up to international standards.
Okay.
We are not yet there, but we are striving to get there.
Okay.
And then these security issues are coming up, which means it will reduce. That our striving in short might reduce it or even just cut it off, it short, which means we won't be able to get to that level internationally. We now have to start competing even with ourselves first.
Okay.
Because until we have conquered ourselves, how do we want to conquer the world?
Okay. So in that same spirit, we are looking at the implication of this insecurity on our educational sector. Now, the first thing which I want to talk about is that we have students which have been a victim of this insecurity. One of the national dailies reported that a child was being interviewed after he escaped from the dens of lion, or let me use the word lion, kidnappers. This child says that he would never step the four walls of the universities again, or of the schools again, of a school again. Why? This is simply because of what he has experienced in the school.
Well, there's another story to that. Recently, I read in the paper. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. One of the Chibok girls that was kidnapped in 2014. Yes, one of them that escaped. I think then she said they were in the dormitory in the middle of the night. They heard sounds, and with time they saw men rush into their dormitories, and they were first told them that they were from the Nigerian army. And then those children quickly cooperate, then they were in their night wears. And then by the time they rounded up and took them outside, that was when they got to tell them the fact that they were Boko Haram members. And then with that, they took them away. But during the first period of taking them into the bush, some of the students planned their escapes, maybe in tools like and some of them actually escaped. And this lady escaped, and when some of them escaped, the president called, that was then Goodluck Jonathan, called to see them, and the paparazzis and everything. They did that. But after then, an organization, I can't remember which, from Yola, actually gave some of those students scholarships. And this lady actually went to university in Yola. And this year, she graduated as a lawyer. Yes, that is a sweet story for just one out of 1,000.
Yeah, the truth, because there are so many of them that are actually being traumatized right now. At the same time, so many of them too, they are actually victims of young marriage. They just marry them off. Some of them will just get missing with at least there are some of these children that you can't even trace. You don't know where you can look for them, like they are lost, totally lost. There are some of them like that. So this has an implication on the society. And for you, I started talking about something last week when I was talking about this kidnapping may eventually lead to breeding ground for recruiting more Boko Haram soldiers. In a sense that, now let's look at the response of the government towards that issue. Government are closing down some of these schools. Now, which means that another issue is these guys are being denied their fundamental rights, which is right to education. Now, when those secondary schools are being closed, they are being shut, they don't have current access to schools again. People that were begging to go to school, now they are afraid to go to school, and all because of this insecurity, they get easily brainwashed, and before you know it, they are soldiers of Boko Haram. So who is to be blamed for this? To me, I feel that the government has a lot to do when it comes to this issue. Really, there is more to the government, both governments and private individuals. Government and private individuals, we have everybody. We have more thing to do to this, because if we all do not rise up and brace up to the challenges, I tell you, we are playing kite with our tomorrow. The future is in danger.
With one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom rises and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there.
Three step. Okay, it got to a point we knew that Boko Haram members stay in Sambisa forest. Do we know Sambisa forest in Nigeria? Yes. Do we know where Sambisa forest is located in this country? Yes. Okay, so what will you ask me? What should be the next step? We know where the problem is.
I think at this juncture, I should just say something. Really, it looks as though the body language of the government is the government looks to be lukewarm. It looks as though the government is romancing kidnapping. Let me use the word like that.
Wait, is it because even look or they are actually?
No, I wouldn't say they are, because I would say it looks as though they are romancing kidnappers. Because you can hear the reports given by the governor of Zamfara State. There was a time this man was saying that his policy, I think we have some miscalculated, or how can I put it? To me, it seems as though it's beyond under reasoning. How can you say, okay, fine, give me one AK-47 equals to two cows?
Is it two cows?
Yes. And as though that's not enough, he also went to say that, okay, fine, if you come out to say you're not doing it again, I'll give you. No, if you repent, I'll give you house. I'll buy you. So, which means that we are investing in kidnapping. So this thing looks to be a lucrative business.
Yeah, that's the new business.
It is business. No, so the kidnap of the Chibok girls in 2014 seems to be religiously motivated. That's what I feel. Mm-hmm. Now after that, everything looks to be profit oriented, because people now see it as a private, a business, a means to cash out, a money making machine, for people. People are just using it to make money, and they are cashing out,
then you can and nothing popularity from it.
Gain popularity. Just imagine these people that kidnapped the 140 guys in just recently.
In this
They are,
university.
they are saying that they needed food, they needed this and that. They even rejected the bags of rice they
Yes, they gave
and
them a
they even
number
had
to be brought.
they even had the infantry to call them and tell them this is what we need. This is what now it's you don't have money, you don't have something, you don't have money. You don't have money, you are kidnapping people. You're asking them to feed these guys again. Double wahala for dead body. Can you just imagine? So the problem in this country, like that particular challenge, is just looking as though the government seems to be insincere with the people. You know, I ended on that note that sincerity on the part of the government and individual is very, very paramount for us to have a change. Because how can we explain to ourselves that the government cannot, we can, you know, someone was actually questioning NIM. Someone was actually questioning SIM registration. These guys have been calling these people now, and they can't really trace them successfully.
We use the satellite.
They can't really trace them successfully. So you know now that will not lead me to another problem which I think could result to this. I think our security agencies too may not be properly funded in terms of equipment and gadgets. That is not to say that is not to exonerate them totally from the fact that it seems as though they were not being very, very responsive to calls, to emergency calls.
Wait,
do you
if
get
you
what
want
I'm
to say
saying?
okay, they are underfunded and all those stuff, what effort have they really put in? I don't mean mere words effort that they say and then we came and it was all over. No, I mean efforts that even the citizens see that okay, these people really put their lives on the line to bring these ones back. Imagine a country where the future of the country is being jeopardized. They are being taken with outside, against their will, and then the government says we won't pay, or we are not going to pay, or we are going to pay, or and then we are trying to do something, we are going to root them out, we're going to find them out, and a lot. But the parents are the ones that have to actually show it. So which means honestly I am disappointed, not in the nation but in the leadership that we have.
Anyways, really, really disappointment to me may just be, well, that is just a representative of a quota. That is to a government that seems to be, that knows
Now,
what
even that is concerned.
that
Even to,
it seems as if these guys are not really concerned about what is going on when they are telling you that this thing is happening here, and those guys, their body language, you see, the thing is the body language is saying the negative.
Wait, there was something I heard, though I won't mention names, but a governor said something at a point. He said even if his own children or his son was kidnapped, he wouldn't pay ransom. Okay, now this same person went to the school
of this guy.
No, this same person went to the school of his child,
We
and
don't
then
decide now.
withdrew the child from the
before
school
God.
because he said there have been 3 failed attempts of kidnapping against the child. So which means if you pick your own child from the school, yes, fine, from the parent's point of view, you actually love your child and then you want the best, fine, we understand that. But what about the other children? And if it was just an ordinary parent, it should have been good. You represent a state. So if you cannot actually show that concern to your state.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the problems are just numerous. For you, just to, because of our time schedule, let's just take 1 or 2 comments from our platforms. We have this person from Ondo State, that's Bolanli from Akure, Ondo State precisely. She said education is the best legacy you can give to your children, when all parents endeavor to give, but looking at the other sector aspects of its security. Parents are not so happy and even are afraid of the insecurity in the country when there is no rest of okay. Now what this person is just saying is that parents are not happy because when they know that their children is going to school and the insecurity is still ravaging the other parts. And now she's saying that the government ought to take step and do something about that. Everybody has been raising voice and saying something about it. Yeah, do you have someone else to read there? Now we have this Patrick from Ondo State. It says that in Nigeria, students have been risking their lives for education. I tell you, Nigeria education is very, very rigid. It's very, very rigid. Very, very rigid. To go to school is war. When you get to school too is war. Now people live their life on education. Now, like in most part of the world, schooling comes with its fair share of challenges. after even leaving school, there's no job, there's this and that, and after going to such a school where you're not even sure there's a job at the end of the day, and you could even be kidnapped. Now people would now start thinking, why am I even going to school again? So the end product of this whole thing could be that apathy towards education.
I even want to say it from both ends. From the parents' view, the love for their child, they don't want the child to be kidnapped, so they have to think of two things: how do I finance this child education, what type of education, what quality of education do I need, and then you still have to add to that stress, hope, what is the security measure I can take against kidnapping and insecurity of my child. And then the child too, as the child is going to school, has to also think, okay, I have to think about the schoolwork and everything. And with that again, you still have to think about when you hear, hey, you are scared, what could happen.
So ladies and gentlemen, now to the schools, we will suggest that the schools should start building fences, employ security guards, those are just the little things that we can do. At the same time, we should be more security conscious. But I tell you, security guards, how many security guards do you actually want to employ for your school? Let's think about it. So the joke of these things, the large portion of this thing rests with the government. And for government officials, ask you a question: what is the essence of a government that cannot protect its citizen? If that is the case, then the theory of Freddie Cooper applies to Nigeria, the gatekeeping state. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all saying that if this persists, our future is in danger. We'll be signing out now. Special thanks to our producer, Mr. Deji. We say thank you to you. Special thanks to everybody. We want to say thank you to Teams Global Concept, Parents Home of Creativity. We want to say thank you to Toby Creative. Thank you very much. Lady Haiji, thank you for coming on the show today. And ladies and gentlemen, next week's program promises to be very, very interesting. The time seems to be very very short, but we hope that very soon we'll do something about that. And I tell you, next week's program promises to be very, very interesting. Please like, share, and comment. Remember, the more you share, the more your blessing. Lady Haiji, you want to say something?
Okay, I'll just say this, please. Even as we say the government has this and that, please be your brother's keeper.
Yeah. And stay safe. Use your fixed mask like me, like this. Bye bye.
Being Nigerian is great, but living in Nigeria is a great challenge because it comes with plenty of psychological